Did you get the Discord already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't mention everyone though.
If you're watching this message, it means we're dead.
Oh wow. We are live. For some reason, the border's gone. Like it looks horrible. It's just us.
Horrible. Yeah, that is horrible.
Yeah, pretty bad. I think I can get it real quick though.
All right. Well, welcome into
There it is.
into the Dizneyverse YouTube.
Hi, my name is Mags.
There we go. Now we look beautiful. Look at that. Just like that.
Oh man, it
Just
takes
like
a lot
that.
to make me look beautiful.
Yeah, it looks good. Perfect. Who are these nerds? We're the guys that don't wear jeans at the theme parks.
Yeah, and unless it's wintertime.
I thought that was a psychopath move. We will talk about that during the episode. That was a psychopath move. I couldn't believe that. I was a little taken back by that when I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Still no chat?
I got it now. Yeah, I'm copying the
Okay.
sending it in the
I don't
Zoom
think
chat for you
probably
guys.
won't go to Disney World for at least another decade or so, if I were to guess.
Wow, it's a long time.
What's going? Why
It's just it's not something that I'm really feel like I need to get to immediately. You know.
Ryan says I wear jeans every day. Well, I hate to tell you this, but you shouldn't.
I used to wear jeans every day.
Why can't I
Yeah,
can't
you
I
know what,
can't-
Ryan? You seem like the kind of guy that would.
I can't paste the chat. I don't know what's going
It's
on.
weird. I went from wearing jeans every day in like middle school and halfway through high school to wearing shorts every day, like basketball shorts.
Oh yeah, they have the chance on the right side of the screen.
Okay, there we go. I got it. There you go, guys. Just send it to you guys. I don't know why it wasn't.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna have it on my phone here, so it's not my laptop.
Your audio's messing up.
Yeah, we'll wait a couple minutes before we actually start recording.
It's still messing up.
Yeah, but you were good for a while, so I think it's just probably intermittent.
Bandwidth.
Hi, Sierra.
I'm gonna do an
I don't know what you're gonna do because we didn't hear anything.
I recall Mag saying he doesn't even like Disney much. He just knows a lot about it. He did say that. He did
That
say
This is true.
A true quote.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you hit everyone in the chat. Perfect. All right, I did not do People Mover this trip down.
Wow.
You don't need to.
I do love People Mover. It's one of
Ryan,
my
you
favorite
didn't
attractions.
Ryan, you didn't send us your score or a audio about you saying how much you like the ride.
I do have a new favorite attraction, and we'll talk about that. Haunted Mansion was my favorite. I do have a new favorite, and I think that this one might be my highest score for any attraction. Are you eating a Kit Kat? Dude, Kit Kats are so good. You ever dip a Kit Kat in peanut butter?
What's in a Kit Kat?
It's just chocolate and a wafer. 8.5 for People Mover. That's a perfect score, I think.
Old.
I think I do 8.5 as well. They're only 30 minutes late today. That's better than normal. It is
The
true,
internet
Sierra.
speed test wasn't bad, so I think it's a computer thing.
Okay. Internet speed
Uh-oh.
test slows down your internet, so don't do it during the recording, just to let you know.
I will do it constantly.
Just keep doing it and let us know every couple minutes what it is.
All right. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get in here. See if people are going to join up.
So I did, now, since there's some people watching right now, I did branch out this trip, and I did, I won't talk about this on the podcast because it's not interesting, but I was sick when I was down in Disney. I had bronchitis. And then for I had like a 24-hour stomach bug, of course. Like it was horrible. So I had the stomach bug when I was at Hollywood Studios. So I couldn't eat the Ronto wrap. We went to Ronto Roasters, and I felt like such an idiot getting overnight oats at Ronto Roasters. But I will say the overnight oats were delicious. They were really good and refreshing. I was so sad. Hey, Ashley. I was so sad that I couldn't try the Ronto wrap. Emily tried it and absolutely loved it. But yeah, I had the overnight oats. I found out that I like dragon fruit. Dragon fruit's on top of
Dragon
the overnight
fruit's
oats.
good.
It's
It's just
really
expensive.
good. Yeah, I know. That's why I think never buy it, because I also don't know how to cut it. Like I don't know how to harvest it. But it was delicious. It was refreshing too for like a hot morning. And we saw Mando and Grogu walking around, which was cool. Yeah, I did get a little video of that. So I did not get to try Ronto Roasters. That whole day, I had one banana, a couple bites of overnight oats, 2 chicken tenders, and that was it until I got back to the hotel. I had an Uncrustable.
You know what's weird is I find myself not getting hungry at the park. Like we'll bring like the PB&J like Uncrustables for us to have at lunch, and I'll have that and like a bag of like little chips, and then like I really won't be hungry by like 3 or 4. I won't be hungry till like 6 or 7.
See, for me and Emily did eat very late, but for me, I can't stomach stuff in the heat. Like I could drink a ton of water, but it's like I don't know, it's just something with the heat. My stomach just goes off. When I went to Puerto Rico in August, mind you.
Went to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, years ago, probably 2014-ish. Went to Puerto Rico and I couldn't eat. Like the first 3 days I was there, I couldn't eat. I had to bring my food back to the hotel room, and then there's something that goes off with my stomach.
I'm so glad that no offense, I'm so glad I'm not you.
I wish I wasn't me sometimes too when I try to eat stuff. But I did try a lot of food. Like I said, I'm not gonna explain a lot of this during the episode because me and Ryan will recap. But I really wanted to try one of the steak things from Canada, so I did have the beef tenderloin from the Flower and Garden Festival booth, and it was delicious. Emily, I put this in the chat, but Emily got the chicken and waffles from the honey stand. There was like a whole honey stand. Oh my gosh. It was like one of the best things I've ever had. It was a cornbread waffle with jalapenos in it. And the butter they put on it was just ridiculous. And then she got a honey lager. That thing was so good. But yeah, I had that. And what else did I have at Epcot? Oh, I got a pretzel from Germany. It was horrible.
Whoa.
I was shocked. It tastes like bread. It was horrible. I think it was an old pretzel. I love those huge German pretzels usually anywhere. And this one was bad. I had the beef tips for dinner. It was good. Is that what I had, Ryan? Was it beef tenderloin tips? Was that what it was? With the mushroom sauce and the potato? Mashed potatoes?
Fried chicken on Survivor looked pretty good.
Yeah, until they started singing about it. That annoyed me.
Dude, that was crazy.
All right, I do have a hard out at 10 as a heads up.
Okay. Whoa, what?
All right, we can get started now. We got everyone who's going to be here is probably here now.
Yeah, all 835. All right. Let's get to it.
Hey guys on the monorail.
Greetings from the Dizneyverse Starship. This is episode 48 of Into the Dizneyverse, a show where we dive into the world of Disney's past, present, and sometimes future. Of course, I am joined by some variants. Today, we have Mags and we have Chris. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. We're
Excited
live
to meet this new Chris.
we're live on YouTube. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube for the very first time since I'm a new variant of former Chris.
Yes, Chris, you're new. Unfortunately, Ryan's not with us.
No.
What do you mean? Unfortunately,
that is true.
Unfortunately, he's in a magical place. Don't get me wrong. So I think he's happy where he is.
I think he's pretty happy not to be joining us tonight since he is in Walt Disney World.
Whoa, he's in Walt Disney World.
It's in Walt Disney World.
Your thing's breaking up.
Are we recording?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Whoa, he's in Walt Disney World. Yes, he is in Walt Disney World. And did you guys do anything this week in Disney? How about you, Mags?
I did.
What you up to?
So I watched the new episode of Doctor Who.
Ooh,
okay.
I really enjoyed it. Sequel to the 10th Doctor episode Midnight, which was super, super fun. I absolutely love 10th Doctor. Loving the 50th Doctor. Another great episode. Making more progress on the Bad Batch. Officially gotten to the point in Star Wars where I am watching things from less than a year ago.
Oh, that's nice.
So
that's nice.
You know what? I'm halfway through the last ever episode of the Bad Batch. And then this isn't super Disney related, but it connects to something Disney related. So I enjoy the opera I went to so much that I started looking to see if I could find any other discounted tickets for other shows nearby. And I found one for the ballet. So I'm going to be going to a ballet production the upcoming week of Sleeping Beauty, which the Disney film soundtrack was based on the Tchaikovsky ballet score. So I'm a little bit interested to hear like pieces from the film soundtrack in the original ballet music. So I'll let y'all know how that is.
That's really interesting.
That's
So
cool.
that'll be pretty cool. Otherwise, I'm also about to go see Thunderbolts tomorrow.
Ooh.
So I'm
Oh, I
looking
forgot
forward
that's
to
this
seeing that.
week.
Yeah, I'll let y'all know how that is in our chat. My opinions on it. It looks pretty funny. It's getting really good reviews so far. It's apparently MC's version of Suicide Squad, except we actually know the characters going into it, which I think
Yeah.
will be a good thing.
Mhm.
So I think it'll be pretty fun. Pretty hyped to see it. And of course, in 2 episodes, we have our 50th episode coming up.
It's
So I'm getting
crazy.
Oh,
hyped
man.
for that.
It's hard to believe.
For all our listeners, we're going to be offering something super special for our 50th episode. If you subscribe to us between now and the 50th episode, we're going to be having a listener on the show. No, I'm kidding. Cut that out.
You will be the new host.
I was looking too. I was like,
You will be replacing me.
I have not heard about this. Yeah, if Mag's audio keeps up the way it is, he may be replaced. Is there anything else for you, Mags?
That is all from me.
All right. And this week for me, I did not do too much. I don't know if I told you guys I finished Daredevil officially.
Oh, what you think?
It was good. It was good. I can't wait for it to continue. It was good. I gotta say that.
That's what I liked about it, because you said I can't wait for it to continue. That was my favorite part about it.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to continue. It was good. I feel like when the next season starts, right? It's season 2 officially. They're not doing like a hiatus continuation. Okay. I feel like season 2 is going to be like epic. I think
hit the ground running. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like wham, bam, thank you, Kingpin. And other than that, not too much this week in Disney for myself.
That's just rude, Alex.
What?
That's just rude.
What's rude?
That you didn't do that much this week in Disney. You did me this week in Disney.
Oh?
I was part of your week in Disney.
I was gonna let you talk about it.
All right, well, you could have did a little teaser.
Sorry.
Like the end of Daredevil, season 1.
Chris is gonna talk about what he did this week in Disney, and part of that includes me at Disney.
Yeah, it does. Sure does, Alex.
Chris, what in a compact, just like yourself.
Yeah.
Try to make it compact, so it does not take the whole episode up.
Yep. So all I'm going to do is mention 1 or 2 things from each of my days there, because Ryan and I are going to do a Patreon exclusive full Disney vacation
Patreon exclusive
recap. Yep. So if you want to hear that for as little as $2 a month, you can join. You can hear all about the full extent of our vacations. So this vacation was super special to me because I was going with my daughter. So she's 11 months old. And I will say the biggest takeaway from this trip was everyone that tells you not to take your kid to Disney, don't listen to them. If you're prepared to, and you know that your kid is a good child. I mean, if your kid cries all the time and is whiny about stuff, maybe it's not. If you know your kid and you think that they will have a good time, take them, because first of all, they're free. It's the cheapest it will ever be
At a certain age.
Yes, 2 and under. That's what I'm saying. Like when they're like that, oh, they're never going to remember. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to remember it, and I'm going to remember all the memories. Day 1, the couple things to talk about is going to Crystal Palace for breakfast. I would recommend that place to anybody if it's in their budget. The food was very, very good, and the character experience, they prioritized going to every single table, was awesome. She thought they were big stuffed animals. They technically are. It was great. Magic Kingdom, I also wrote Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We did not get a lightning lane for it. Emily waited 80 minutes. Then we did a child swap. I got the lightning lane. Another really cool feature about Disney. Not that great of an attraction. But it's the same thing as Splash Mountain. It's not, though. It's
But
the
Splash
same.
Mountain wasn't that great either.
No, what I liked about Splash Mountain is it felt chaotic. The music got faster. Everything got a little quirkier. And then you go down the big thing. There's the build up to this one is just not there.
Yeah,
Beautiful attraction. Animatronics are great, and visually it's beautiful. But I do miss the the chaos from Splash Mountain. Really cool. And then my last thing I'll talk about day 1 is I finally tried the cheeseburger spring rolls, and I will say that I think that was probably the most delicious thing I had the whole trip, especially in that little Big Mac sauce. Day 2, we did Hollywood Studios. I had a little bit of a stomach bug that day. Powered through. I took the Skyliner for the first time, 10-minute trip to Hollywood Studios, and I will say that now is my favorite form of transportation.
Best form of transportation.
It's insane, especially to
I don't
Hollywood
know why
Studios.
it's not the way you transport around a city.
It's absolutely incredible because of the convenience of it. Hollywood Studios, I did not get to eat a whole lot because of my stomach, so I did not get to try the Ronto wrap. Unfortunately, was super bummed about that. Spent an egregious amount of money in Galaxy's Edge. I was able to get a walk on for the build your own lightsaber, and I'm going to talk about this in full extent on the episode with Ryan, so I'm not going to get too much into it. I did get my chicken tenders from Backlot Express. Perfect day to get them because I wasn't feeling good. It was so good, dude. I got a 4. I could only eat 2. That's how bad I was that day. Did not get to do Mickey and Minnie's. I missed my lightning lane because I had to go back to the hotel room to rest for a couple hours. Like I said, I was battling not just a stomach bug, but also bronchitis. It was.
You didn't go Mickey and Minnie?
No, I missed it.
Oh my gosh!
I went back.
Second best attraction in that park. No, third best attraction in that park.
I forced myself.
Whoa, that's a bold decision.
I forced myself to go back to do Rise of the Resistance. And that is my favorite attraction I've ever been on. I'd give it a 9.8 out of 10.
What is it?
9.8 out of 10.
No, what are you giving a 9.8?
Rise of the Resistance.
Oh, Rise of the Resistance. Okay, yeah, a very high score.
Great attraction because
were the cannons working for you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but
I
was looking out in outer space anyway. So, but Kylo Ren worked, and yeah.
You saw him do this?
Yeah, oh yeah. And it's just the reason, and I will defend myself, the reason why this is my favorite and best attraction is that's my type of ride. I love first of all, trackless was cool, but I just love the immersive rides, and I'm a huge Star Wars person, and this is the closest I will ever be into War in the Stars. So anyway, best attraction in all the parks, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Third day was Epcot.
Worst park.
I loved Epcot. The new land where Guardians and Connections is and everything, really nice. I did get to ride Guardians.
Amazing.
I do have a hot take about Guardians, but it's not too hot of a take because it's just not my type of attraction. I rode it and it was good, but I had to close my eyes a few times because it's very disorienting, and it was good. Like, it was a good attraction. But it's just not my type of attraction. If you get dizzy and stuff on rides, it's just not the ride for you.
I'll say it right now. We rode Everest at Animal Kingdom. You're going ahead there.
Yeah.
My wife and I rode Everest. She said it made her feel a little sick, which usually doesn't happen. We haven't rode a roller coaster in like a year. She was like, now I'm worried about the next time I ride Guardians.
The problem too is since I had all these like sicknesses going on, I had a lot of like pressure in my head, so I was like dizzy. I would wake up dizzy because of all the like the congestion. So I'll ride it again. I know that if I just close my eyes for a couple of seconds, I'm fine. I wish I didn't have to close my eyes, like, because it looks like it was very cool. Blasting back to
not missing too much.
Ryan says Guardians is the best ride ever if you're not a wuss and close your eyes. Yeah, I mean, if my equilibrium was a little tougher, I guess maybe it would be better. But I just seeing the moon, that part was cool. The music was cool, but the pre-show was amazing. The pre-show was great.
Yes.
I'm a fan of the slower rides at Disney. I like to take everything in, and I think that's just me. Like, I don't like Rock and Roller Coaster. It's just
I love Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, that's just not me. Although I say I don't like the fast rides. I loved Tron. I thought Tron was awesome.
Tron was good.
Tron is like very short, and I think that's why I liked it, because it's a throw ride, but it's not like you're not getting killed on it. It was very cool. But yeah, Guardians was good. I got Disco Inferno. I'd liked Rise better though, just because that's more my type of ride. The experience, soaking everything in, getting to look around and seeing all the work and time and effort they put into it. So that was Epcot. And the last day was Animal Kingdom, and I got to see Alex and his family. First of all, I met Alex before, never met his family. His family's great. Love your family. Your kids, I mean,
they're my family.
Your kids are great. Your wife is great. It was.
Love how you say it like this is a character in the park.
Dude, if you saw the photo,
friendly.
it's like a character in the park. If you saw I don't know if we can post it on YouTube, but the picture of me, Chris, and Ashley at Disney, I look like a character. How big I am compared to them.
So that's the other thing. I didn't talk about this. I was hanging out with Scott most of the days from my co-host. You've heard him on here before. My co-host on No New Friends podcast, Parents Night Out podcast. He was with me most of the days. Friday, I met up with Alex and his family, and I met up with Ashley, our friend and sponsor. And she's great. Like if the Ashley you see on here that you hear on here is the same Ashley you get in person. Very, very fun, very friendly. We hung out for a couple hours too. We did we got lunch. She didn't because she was going to some nice lunch. She was saving her appetite. She was going to, what was it, the Poly, this new place at the Poly, was it? To get a burger, the smash burger on best smash burger on property, which she reviewed on her Instagram. Adventure Awaits by Ashley.
Yeah, check that out.
Please do, because it looks delicious. If you're hungry, don't watch it because everything looks great. But yeah, we hung out with her for a while. We got to do Festival of the Lion King with her, and Festival of the Lion King was great. My daughter loves Lion King, and she did a little squeal during. You never saw it, right, Alex? Or did your just kids never see it?
Link never saw it.
Link never saw it. Okay.
Yeah. Amazing show. Must see it at Animal Kingdom.
And that's go ahead.
And if people are like, but it's a show. I don't care. It's a show. It's one of the best things at Animal Kingdom.
Yes, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. That's all I'm going to get into for this episode. If you want to hear more about the trip, you could listen to our Patreon exclusive. I will say, overrated, underrated. Tron. I think Tron gets a lot of bad press because it opened up relatively close to Guardians. And overrated, I'm going to say the burger pods from Animal Kingdom, because I tried them so close to the cheeseburger egg rolls. And the cheeseburger egg rolls, I would get 10, so much more.
If you could stomach
than
more, you would eat more.
Oh, absolutely. The burger pods were fine, but oh my God. If I never had the cheeseburger egg rolls, burger pods are great. But oh my God. Oh, overrated too? Navi River Journey sucks, dude.
It's terrible.
That's a bad attraction. Like it's not even kind of good. It's bad. And I said this before, the video of like the beasts going through the forest, how it's on loop for like 10 seconds. Like you see the loop.
It's so fake.
If
you're gonna have a vehicle moving slowly on water, you gotta have the loop longer than like 2 or 3 minutes, not 15 seconds.
Yeah, it was like, it's a very lazy ride, and I love rides with stories, and there's no story to it. They tell you there's a story, but there's no story. They shoehorned a story into that. Ryan's saying it's a lame take on the burger pods. Listen, I don't trust anyone that wears jeans at the theme park when it's 90 degrees. And we'll talk about that more when we're
How are you even talking to Ryan anyways?
He's commenting in the chat.
He fell out of the starship.
I thought so.
A few thousand light years back. His ghost is speaking to us beyond the grave.
Yeah,
I guess so.
As soon as he posted a picture of jeans in the park, I was like, I'm sorry. I can't take any advice from this guy anymore. I'm sorry. The burger pods were mid. For more, you're going to have to listen to the podcast. I will say, I will leave you guys with this. My daughter's favorite attractions, in no particular order. Haunted Mansion was her favorite attraction. She was so visually stimulated by all of the grinning ghosts. And when we got into Madame Leota's seance room, she squealed like in like happiness, which was as equally cute as it was terrifying, because I don't know why she was excited to be in a seance room. That was really cool. She loved the Muppet Show, the Muppets 3D Vision, which was just great. And Country Bear Jamboree, when the Teddy Bear, right? The woman that comes from the ceiling.
Yeah.
When she came down, she squealed and was like reaching out for her. So she loved Country Bear Jamboree. I won't talk too much about this, but we did get yelled at on Jungle Cruise. If you want to hear why we got yelled at in Jungle Cruise, almost kicked out of Disney, you're going to have to tune into our Patreon exclusive episode.
You did not almost kicked out of Disney.
They threatened. It was a joke, but they threatened.
Went to Animal Kingdom. Not too much to say about my trip to Animal Kingdom because I spent a lot of time hanging out with Chris. Rode the usual ride. Safari was awesome, and we were out of there. I mean, this is our second to last trip before we don't have our passes anymore. And we wanted to go to Animal Kingdom just because my son hasn't seen Lion King show, so we were like, we have to go to Animal Kingdom. And we were done by like 5:30. I mean, like, could we have went and saw a bird show? Sure. Could we went on safari again later because we did it earlier? Sure. But we decided to clock it out at 5:30, which is the same time Chris and Emily were leaving.
Yeah.
And they haven't been Animal Kingdom in like 3-4 years.
That was enough.
So it's like,
that was enough.
It's like, I mean, will it be better once they add the new land? Yes.
100%. Yeah.
Needs it. The park needs it, right?
It needs
I
it,
agree, yeah.
It's you can do pretty much all the park in half a day, maybe
It's a half-day park.
of a day,
Yeah.
truthfully.
Yeah, it's a half-day park.
It's not a full park.
No, when my wife, before I had kids, my wife and I would always start in Animal Kingdom because we would hit Everest and then leave.
Which is Everest is such a good attraction. That's just when I went on it, it reminded me of how good it was. The one thing I will complain about is I wish that the gift shop for Muppet Vision was still open, because I wish I could just take a piece of that attraction home with me. Like there was just something I just wish I could have just had a singular thing from that attraction just to remember it by, whether it was a pin
Maybe
or
glasses,
anything. Oh
yeah.
That's what I need to talk about before we get on to the episode. My Disney magic that happened in the parks was we had gift cards that were given to us for the three of us. I got $100. My wife did, and my daughter did. Well, it's really hard to spend $100 on an 11-month-old at the parks. So we're like, let's start her Disney pin adventure. So we got her a lanyard, and then we really wanted to get her a Simba or Muppets pin, but we wanted it to say 2025, since that's our first ever visit. So they sell the blind boxes, right? It's like $20. They're expensive, $15 or $20. And I looked on there. There was a Kermit one, and there was a Simba one, and there was 6 others. You get 1 of 8. I said to Emily, I said, listen, we got a 1 of 8 chance to get like one of her favorite characters, and the other ones aren't that bad anyway. And it still says 2025 on it. So I bought it.
Wait, hold on a sec.
Yes.
You say your chances were 1 in 8?
Yes, to get one of the characters. I mean, to get Kermit or to get Simba.
How many options were there? Hold on. Oh.
There was 8.
That's why it's not really 1 in 8, Mags, but because there's 8 possibilities, he's saying it's 1 in 8. Well, it's not
2 in 8
because
chance of getting what
it's
you want.
also
So
weighted,
1 in
I believe,
4.
as well.
No,
It's
sure.
also weighted.
There's a 2 and 8, but I'm just saying, like, to get Kermit is a 1 in 8 chance, because we really wanted Kermit. And then if we get Simba, 2 and 8 chance to get a character that we wanted. But then there was like
at that point it just simplifies down to 1 in 4.
Right, which is still a 25%, still a gamble.
0.25 probability.
But no, it actually gets worse. It actually gets worse, Mags, and that's what makes the story so impressive, right? So I open up the blind box. And
there's nothing inside.
Nothing there. We got robbed. We slowly open it up, and I see a green little thing. We got none other than Kermit the Frog. And I started singing the theme song. We started dancing around. It was so cool. Like what are the chances? Well, actually, we just figured that out. But anyway, so then I look in the box. I was like, wait a second. There's another one in here. Like there's 2 pins in here. There's not just one. So I opened the other one, and it's Simba. So we got both of the ones that we wanted. And the craziest part about that was Emily gave me, she said 1 through 4, and I said 4. So then 4 was the front one. So she picked the front one off, and she was pissed about it. And so in the one box, so Mags, you're the smart guy on this podcast. What is the probability that we would get both of them?
1.56%.
That's insane. Like, that's crazy.
That's not even with the weighted
crazy.
amount, because there might be weighted
See,
on who you
that's
get as well.
Disney magic at its best. So she has no idea. Like when she's old enough, they will probably be her least favorite characters. But to us, that was such a cool moment. That was the highlight of our trip, I think. It was so cool. It was so cool.
And what day was this?
Don't worry about it. It was the day that we met Alex.
Oh,
Wait. Do you guys hear that? I think it's an incursion.
That was a good. I kept it under 5 minutes.
no, you did not.
No, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It's not bad.
No, there's still so much more. Like
There's so much more.
Like me having to use a public restroom in the parks. Which is
And there's
horrible.
so much to do at Disney, and that's why you need an expert on your side. Which is why, like we said earlier, you have to make sure if you're going to plan a trip to Disney World or Disneyland or any other place, you need to contact Adventure Awaits with Ashley. By Adventure Awaits by Ashley.
I mean, it is with her, but it's by her.
Yeah, Adventure Awaits by Ashley. So find her all social media platforms. She is out there posting information, just like how Chris said. She's reviewing burgers at a theme park because she goes to theme park quite often. She knows what she's talking about. She's a worldly traveler as well.
She was great with us at the parks, telling us about all the different things going on. And
I know. I was like, oh man, what do we do if we miss the Lion King show? When's the next one? She's like, it's every hour.
yeah,
I was
it's like
oh,
she
perfect.
knew exactly. And not to mention why she met up with us at the parks, Alex. It was to give us a sample of what she gives her clients. She was
I wish I had it on.
I know it's right in the other room. Mine. It's still in my suitcase that is half unpacked. She was like nice enough to hand make these beautiful wooden ornaments commemorating for me Ellie's first Disney trip, and for you it was the Dizneyverse podcast, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and they're beautiful ornaments. And it was so nice because I didn't have to shop around Disney and look for, because we love getting ornaments for our trips. Didn't have to do that because she did that, and they're not fragile because they're wood. they're laser etched wood. So I didn't even have any anxiety traveling home with it. Just can't get it wet. She did say can't get it wet, but she did supply a Ziploc bag for us,
which she does for all of her clients. She does give them a personalized gift bag, which may or may not have a personalized ornament, depending on what the customer may like.
Yeah, when you hear that, it's usually like a pen or something. No, for her, it's an actual like handmade custom ornament. This is the free gift. It's amazing.
Yes, Mags.
Alex. Yeah, I don't go to Disney World. You know, I don't feel the need to go to the Disney parks. Can Ashley help me plan trips to other places?
She can help you plan a trip to. I was going to name a national park, but I can't think of it. Yellowstone,
Redwoods, Acadia, Yellowstone, Yosemite, or Yosemite if you're cool. Mammoth Cave. There's Everglades.
I'm gonna edit all this out.
Biscayne.
I said Yellowstone. That's where it's going to be. Go ahead. Were you going to continue talking about?
No, I was done.
That was his question, dude. Come on.
Oh, Yellowstone Park. Yeah, she can help you, even if it's not Disney related. If it's even like Universal, she can even help you with that as well.
Check out her Instagram because she did get to stay at Helios, which looked pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
She has a lot of like sneak peek stuff at Universal, Epic Universe. So please go check her out on Instagram and TikTok. Adventure awaits by Ashley.
And you know what I can't wait for? Well, I have to wait for it because well, actually, no, we're going to Magic Kingdom. We're going to go to Magic Kingdom this Saturday, our last trip at Disney before our passes run out, and we're not going to pay for the passes anymore. We're going to take a little break from the passes. I think we've been paying for passes for, oh man, MS7. We were doing parks like way before she was born, probably like 10 years maybe we've been paying for annual passes for Disney. And yeah, we're gonna take a little break, save up to go to other places, and,
like New Jersey.
But when we go to Magic Kingdom, you know what we're definitely going to have to go on because it's a nice, relaxing ride. Maybe not get you out the
small world,
but definitely lets you relax the feet, and that is the People Mover.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
My daughter will not go on that, so no.
The train.
Yeah, probably I would do a train.
It's a small world, very relaxing. The Barnstormer, that's a pretty relaxing kiddie coaster. Dumbo.
Max, I already said People Mover. Why are you continuing to get off my segue?
Is that what you said?
Yes, I said it already.
Well, because you said it and I forgot. It's one of the single most forgettable rides at Walt Disney World.
Oh,
you really don't like it?
I don't dislike it. It's kind of there.
Okay, well, let's give it some ratings, but I will give you on Mag's point of view. Like, we had a while ago back on Diz we had our listeners rate the best rides, our patrons actually, and People Mover won.
No, it wasn't even that. It was the hosts voting, Alex.
No, it was a bracket. It wasn't just hosts.
It won both. It won both brackets. That's
right.
What it was.
It won both brackets, and I was irate about it because I do not believe People Mover was that amazing.
It's a great ride for everyone.
Have happened if I was on the show at the time.
The more I go on it, and the more my feet hurt, and the more I just want to sit down and relax, the more I like it.
Mm.
What is Alex in 10 years going to think? Probably be his favorite ride. But let's get to the rating of it. Chris, what do you rate People Mover?
I'd give this a give it a 8.3.
8.3. Wow. Are you rating it along with other attractions like, let's say, uh, Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah,
Or
that's
are you rating it separately from that?
I rank I rank this higher than Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't have to close my eyes on People Mover, and that's just me. Listen, Guardians is probably a great ride if you can keep your eyes open. I can't.
I would love to close my eyes on People Mover and take a
my
little nap.
my. You know what though? You're encouraged to on People Mover. You're not encouraged to on Guardians. That's why
Right.
People Mover is that just like sneaky good ride. It's that comfort ride. 8.3.
Yeah. How about you, Mags? What do you rate it?
We're gonna bleep his answer.
6.2.
Okay. A little, I thought it would be lower than that, but 6.2.
The current narrator's super annoying. If you're walking around Tomorrowland, you're gonna hear the spiel for that specific area again and again and again. It's gonna grate on you. It's just like it's fine. It's relaxing. It's not a must do. But if I've got time, there's no line for it because people know that it's kind of lame.
Mm-hmm.
So that's at least sort of nice.
Yes.
It just kind of is there. It's not necessary to the park, but it
No.
doesn't hurt the park. And I think
Right.
that the score I gave represents that.
Tomorrowland sucks, by the way. And if you want to hear more of my take, listen to our Patreon episode.
So we asked Ryan, who's not here, we last asked him what his rating was, and he gave it a 8.5.
I don't think it counts for the average, though, because he's not here.
Oh, I already did the math with it included. I can't go back on math. I already did it.
Well, then you better include my score next week.
So if we get it in time, I will. So I think he loves the ride. He actually did it twice in one day, which I think is preposterous, if you ask me. But I agree with Mags that before it was a not ride at all. I would never want to ride this ride. People would force me to ride this ride when I'm with a group. They'd be like, "Hey, let's do People Mover." I'm like, "Why are we wasting our time?" And like I said earlier, the older I am, my kids like it. So like we're like, "Hey, let's go on People Mover." Will it be like that when I'm older, or will I be like, "No, let's just go on Space Mountain 3 times"? Like, why would we waste our time on People Mover when we go on Space Mountain 3 times? So we'll see what happens as I get older. But I gave it a 7.8.
That's a very strong Alex score.
I think the last time I rode it really bumped it up because the last time we rode People Mover, it was nighttime.
Ooh.
There was Mags may have went into the underneath. It was nighttime, the fireworks going off at the castle. And if you can line it up perfectly to be on that ride coming back around towards the castle when the fireworks going off,
the Magic Castle, man,
gotta be the best sight in the park. Being on the People Mover and watching the fireworks show.
Yeah, that would probably be great.
It was awesome. It was awesome. All that included, we gave it as a group 7.7.
Solid.
Too high.
Well, you would say that.
I would. The scariest thing that I can imagine is riding the People Mover with Duffy being on there.
Oh man, that'd be crazy. You know what? Before we get into the history,
Well, you sounded so convincing there, Alex.
I would think riding the People Mover during a nuclear fallout would be scarier.
No, because at least with a nuclear fallout, I don't have to look into that bear's stupid face.
Let's talk about Duffy.
It's
Before we
fair.
get into the history, because I think I'm going to be able to cut out some stuff. And the history is, I don't know if we'll get too deep into history anyway. So before we get into history.
Wait. I thought we were a history show.
Yeah, but before we get to the small part of history, I wanted to deep dive into Disney Plus. Top 10 in the USA Today, everybody.
USA Today, like the newspaper?
No, in Disney Plus.
I haven't been
Top
on Disney
10
Plus
in
in a
USA Today. Top
while.
10 Disney Plus. What do you think is the number
Ooh.
one show on Disney Plus right now?
I think I know it.
What is it?
I think it's Handmaid's Tale.
No,
Okay.
it's not. It's never Handmaid's Tale.
It should be because it just came. This is the new season.
Oh, I don't know. How about you, Max?
Is it David Blaine again?
What do you think, Max? What do you think number one show on Disney Plus is?
I don't know.
I feel like you should know this one.
Oh,
Muppets Tonight.
No, what? No.
Andor.
is it Doctor
Andor. It's
Oh,
Andor.
Did season 2 come out?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch season 1 yet. I have to get on that.
I know. I have to watch that. That is number one in top 10 in USA Today. Number two is something that's not really a show. It's just also very popular right now.
Handmaid's Tale.
Just released, so it's very popular, which is number 2 right now on USA Today. US in the top 10. Something just released, which makes this very popular.
Thunderbolts preview.
Special look Thunderbolts. Yes, that is number 2. Number 3, holding strong from the last time we did this.
David Blaine.
And we were like, why is this on here? I don't think you guys will get it. It's an animated movie. It is not Pixar. I'm pretty sure it's not Pixar.
Tomorrow's Pioneers?
Nope.
Hey, wait. Do you guys actually want to do the Tomorrow's Pioneers watch this weekend?
Yes. Oh, this weekend?
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can this weekend. Yeah. Next weekend.
Saturday work?
I think I can. Yeah.
All right. So if y'all do want to watch Tomorrow's Pioneers live, we're going to be on, I guess, all right. For the people watching on YouTube, we'll be live this Saturday watching Tomorrow's Pioneers. If you're listening to this won't matter.
It's too late. I'm going to cut this out anyways.
I'm so excited to watch Tomorrow's Pioneers.
All right. So number 3 is Rio 2. Are you guys going to guess that?
What is that?
Wait, why is that surging in popularity right now?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't even know what that is.
And why the second one?
Exactly.
The sequel to a forgettable movie.
Number 4 is a Hulu original series.
Handmaid's Tale.
No.
American Murder or something.
Good American Family.
Yes, that's what I meant. I knew it was something
That's
American.
what you meant. Yeah, something American. Number 5 is a Star Wars movie.
Handmaid's Tale.
That's not a Star Wars movie.
It's
Jacob's Ladder.
It could be.
Hellraiser.
Rogue One.
Okay, you guys are killing this.
It's Rogue One.
I'm just gonna go through here. Ready?
George Lopez.
Number 5 is Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3.
Oh, the
Number
anniversary. Yeah, nice.
Can we get George Lopez on the show?
What's number 6?
He said, "I'm going to do the rest, guys." What's the next one?
I think you'll get this one.
Handmaid's Tale.
It's connected to number 5.
Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
A New Hope. A New Pope.
Nope.
Oh, Conclave.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Conclave pros and cons.
I guess I'll be cutting this segment since you guys don't think it's serious at all.
I don't. How?
Where are we supposed to guess this,
It's
dude?
connected to number 5.
2 million different movies.
Connected to Revenge of the Sith.
They're all connected.
Okay, there's like
more than
thousands of them to
others.
choose
It's
from.
literally the
This is more
Skywalker
connected.
saga.
This one's more
spent
connected.
a year and a half watching
Just
through the stuff, and I'm
name.
still not done.
Obi-Wan
Name
Kenobi.
a movie that has anything to do with Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, literally all of them.
But this one more than the others because it's Attack of the Clones Episode 2.
Oh my gosh, they're all
Muppets.
connected.
Number 7 is a Marvel movie.
Handmaid's Tale.
Endgame.
Endgame is number 7. That's
Yeah, it's
correct.
always in the top 10.
But number 8 is also a Marvel movie.
Infinity War.
Correct. There we go. Now you're starting to get it.
We got this.
What is number 9?
Handmaid's Tale has to be. It has to.
No,
it
it's
has to
not.
be in the top 10.
Not.
It's a new season
Not.
streaming now wherever you get your Hulu.
Jeopardy Masters.
No.
Oh, that baseball show.
We all watched it. We all liked it.
Take me out to the ball game.
We all watched it and we all liked it.
Yes.
Tomorrow's Pioneer. I don't know.
Really?
That's the most
I can't-
vague. hint
We all
ever.
watched it and we all liked it.
Right.
Like,
and it's popular
Princess
right
and
now.
the Frog.
I can't make the joke I want to make.
Daredevil, Born Again.
Okay, that
oh,
was
wow. What
okay.
a hard pull that was.
I mean, the hint was horrible.
There were a lot of options,
The hint
bro.
was really bad.
At number 10, another Marvel movie.
Avengers.
Nope.
Oh, it's probably
Golden Pond.
Black Widow
It is Black Widow.
because a
That was
Red
pretty good.
Guardian coming
That was
up.
pretty good.
Yeah,
That was
and
pretty good.
Thunderbolts.
And Yelena.
So that was top 10.
Did you know that's the capital of Montana?
What is?
Yelena.
Helena.
Same thing. I just said it with a Russian accent.
Have you ever been to Montana, Chris?
In spirit?
All right. So
In spirit. Wait.
The
wait.
history
So when you say
of
in
the People
spirit, did you
Mover.
travel Spirit
Magic
Airlines
Kingdom's
to get
Tomorrowland
there?
Transit
Because
Authority.
if you want to
People
travel
Mover.
Spirit Airlines, who can help you book a trip on Spirit Airlines?
Adventure Awaits by
Ashley.
Ashley, actually. Funny
Yeah,
you should
not with
mention.
Ashley, but by Ashley. Now, how can you reach out to Ashley, Chris?
You could reach her at you could reach her on Instagram or TikTok. Adventure Awaits by Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Not with
And you
Ashley.
can email her. Now, well, what do you get if you book a trip with her?
First
For
of all,
free.
a free first of all, a free planned trip. You have to pay for the trip, but
Yeah.
the planning is free. And you get a free keepsake, free ornament, free or magnet, but I would opt for the ornament because it's beautiful.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
So if you're the sister of the Black Widow or want to visit her,
So now that we're 45 minutes in the episode, Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover, originally named Wedway People Mover, premiered in 1975, but the development of the ride actually started back in 1961. Walt Disney and his WED Enterprises were hired by Henry Ford II to develop the Ford Motor Company Pavilion in the summer of 1961. The pavilion would be featured at the 1964-65 New York World's Fair. The Ford Pavilion budgeted $30 million to fill 275,000 square feet with a way to attract guests so they could learn about the new innovations Ford had to offer. Walt and his crew took a trip out to the Ford Motor Company in Detroit to get some ideas for the attraction. Mags, have you been to the Ford Motor Company in Detroit?
You know, funny you mentioned that. I have indeed, actually, and it's a really cool spot. I mean, here's the thing. So, when people talk about paradise on Earth, sometimes they like to talk about like Dubai. You know, apparently it's really beautiful out in the UAE. You know, sometimes people say home is where the heart is. I think paradise on Earth might be Detroit. It's a beautiful city. They've done a lot of work there, and the Henry Ford Museum in Greenfield Village and all that, it's incredibly well done. And so I think it's really cool that Disney, who was a pioneer of tomorrow in his time, was ending up pairing with Henry Ford, who was a pioneer of tomorrow as well.
you know what else is incredibly well done in Detroit is the what's it called? The crime.
Not anymore. They've done a lot to improve that city. Now Memphis,
yesterday?
Tennessee's.
Oh, I heard about that. You're right.
Yeah.
Actually, Orlando is one of the most dangerous cities in America. We should not be
Alex
endorsing
is
Disney.
there.
No.
Alex will beat you up.
If Alex
in
moves,
Orlando
the
if you
crime
visit.
rates will, yeah.
Actually, well, criminal Alex, right? So you've all met Alex, but criminal Alex, he's scary.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
he is.
who are we talking to? Is this Alex or is this criminal Alex we're talking to?
If you keep derailing the episode, you'll find out soon. Speaking of derails,
Please, for the love of God, keep that in. That was hilarious.
speaking of derails,
If you need a title, criminal Alex.
when they saw the production line, they had the idea of taking guests on a similar conveyor through the history of Ford Motors. Imagineers got to work coming up with a way to safely and automatically move guests through multiple scenes utilizing the conveyor belt system. Imagineers decided to use the booster brake drive system to allow the track to curve without elevation changes.
This is another ridiculous trip from Disney. I feel like Disney, like the what was that? What was that tour in South America? Like, we're gonna make a movie with some Spanish ducks. Let's take a vacation for a month to South America. This seems like another one. Like, listen, we're gonna make an attraction that transports people. Let's take a little vacation to Detroit to see how they transport people.
If you want to take a trip to Detroit, who can help you plan a trip there, Chris?
Adventure Waits by Ashley, of course. No, but seriously, I feel like I bet you we could make a list of the most unnecessary Disney trips for research.
It was very necessary. They found out how to make the ride work.
No, but I think it was an accident. Like, they're like, oh, we're going to move people. Let's go to a place that transports people. They're like, oh, wait, this conveyor belt thing works great. We should put them all on a conveyor belt instead of a car. Like, I just feel like it was an accident that they found.
I mean, the conveyor belt they could have figured out at the airport.
This was the beginning of the robot revolution.
That is a convincing argument there, Max. No, but I really do think that like Disney was obsessed with write-offs, just tax write-offs.
Well, yeah, Disney loved going places for little to no reason.
Can you also imagine like, hey, we're gonna take you on a paid vacation? Like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Where to? We're gonna go to South America again, Detroit, USA.
Hold on. Back at this time and era, Detroit was a hopping city.
Was it a vacation hotspot?
Still a hopping city. I go to Detroit for vacations.
All right, Eminem.
The system was first used.
You know
for
who
the
they got up in Detroit? They've got RoboCop, who would completely destroy a criminal like Alex.
It's happening right now. We're live on YouTube. This is what we're doing. The system was first used for the Matterhorn bobsled at Disneyland. The embedded electric motors powering wheels on the track, which grip the ride vehicles as they pass by, allowing for the control of the ride vehicle's speed. Now, I'm really sad that Ryan isn't on this episode because he would be geeking out over this
The car stuff. He's a car guy.
way they did the ride, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, they used conveyor belts and elevation." Wait, that's nothing interesting. Booster brake drives and conveyor belts and all that stuff.
Ryan's a big conveyor belt guy. People forget that.
Actually, when he was younger, he was a conveyor belt. Fun fact.
People forget that.
Yeah.
The ride vehicles were a mixture of Ford convertibles, Mustangs, Falcons, and Galaxies.
They settled on a tram car design? Like what?
No, those were the used ride vehicles, which were were pretty much cars.
Yeah, sure.
And just for Ford's Magic Skyway, not Lightweight People Mover.
No, I know.
They were those car models.
Yeah, but they're inspired by these amazing looking designs. Like, let's make this way dumber.
What do you mean?
I mean, you could be in a Mustang or you could be in a tram car.
Well, it's not a tram car yet.
You're saying what they end up changing it
Yes.
to later was dumb.
Oh, absolutely.
I see.
Yeah, because they go here for all this inspiration and they take all the worst components.
No, we're talking about the actual ride itself.
Would you say?
We're talking about the actual ride itself.
The People Mover?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now look at it.
Well, I know, but you're going ahead of history.
I was just there.
We're back in the time of 1964.
It's the past, present, and future.
Alex, you didn't have a strap into the time machine, so he doesn't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were talking about something totally different. But go on.
I know you did. The scenes on the journey started in prehistoric time, utilizing animatronic dinosaurs and cavemen, then bringing guests forward in time.
And this is at the Ford plant still?
No, this is at the World's Fair.
I know I've been acting kind of silly tonight. Chris, are you actually confused on what he's saying?
I was gonna contact Adventure Awaits by Ashley and ask her to get a trip to Detroit tomorrow if this was still there.
Christy Chris.
So
you remember the 1964 New York's World's Fair that we've talked about before?
Apparently I don't.
So this was one of the attractions there, Ford's Magic Skyway that Alex is describing, along with Carousel of Progress, which was episode 10, along with It's a Small World, which we haven't talked about yet, along with, what was the fourth one? Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, which we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, see, I'm just, I'm just, I want to make sure everyone's on the same page here listening at home, so they're not confused. Correct.
That's right.
But what if you want to go see the site where the New York World's Fair was in 1964?
So the ride ended with the future of Ford Motors, which had a bright future. Still do, kind of. I don't know. Don't look at the stock market. During the 1964-65 World's Fair, Ford's Magic Skyway was the second most popular ride with nearly 15 million visitors riding the Disney-built attraction. That's a lot of people.
I didn't think Detroit got that in a year.
It's not Detroit. I promise I wouldn't yell.
I think we have finally met criminal Alex.
During this time, Walt realized that the attraction would work great on a larger scale in his park. When the World's Fair ended on October 17, 1965, Imagineers spent the next year transporting the attraction to Anaheim to be repurposed and improved for Tomorrowland at Disneyland. I still don't understand how they do this, how they move these rides across the country. Like, it's insane logistics.
Wait.
Well, Alex, they're not all one piece.
So you know how the People Mover moves people. Is there a People Mover?
Oh,
yeah. There was they had to invent a People Mover.
People Move Inception.
And this is
the People Mover.
And this is the surprise history on the People Mover.
I like to move it.
So all the way from Detroit, not Detroit, Chris, all the way from New York.
How about you just thinking about Paradise right now?
Why
You
did
know,
they
I
just,
bet if heaven exists, I bet it's Detroit. I
Why-
bet it's Detroit up there.
why did they bring it all the way to Anaheim? They could have just put it in Orlando.
Because they couldn't do that yet.
Forward thinking, Alex. Isn't that all it's
Forward
all about?
thinking?
Forward thinking.
Why isn't Disney in Detroit? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's the center. It's the heartbeat of America.
It should be. It's not just the heartbeat of America. It's the heart and soul of humanity.
It's growing on me.
It's gonna be fun to edit. The new attraction helped with the new Tomorrowland as Disney decided to refurbish the land to make it more futuristic. While transporting, building, and installing the attraction, the Imagineers called it the People Mover as a stand-in name until one was finally decided. But eventually, the name just stuck. What would they name it if they didn't name it the People Mover? Conveyor Belt of America?
Probably some like futuristic sounding thing.
Human transporter.
Transport system of tomorrow or something like that.
Oh, okay.
People Mover could be the worst name I've ever heard in my life, and it's still
Pretty bad
And
name.
because of that, it's probably like the most iconic.
Right. It's very easy to remember.
Carousel of Progress
what's-
is a good name though.
What's the name of
It
that
is really
ride
good.
that moves people? I don't remember the name of that ride.
It's like that. What's that song about the grandma getting run over by a reindeer?
What's the number for 911?
Alex when he's a criminal.
This seriously does, like, the People Mover. The name of the attraction does sound like the punchline of a joke. Like it doesn't sound like it would be real. And somebody that doesn't know Disney, if you were to talk to them, like, oh, my favorite attraction is the People Mover. Like, you're joking, right? You mean like a car, like a vehicle?
Okay, speaking of which, I have come up with a great idea. The car chair. It's a chair, but kind of like a car. You've got wheels and a motor on it.
The Dad Mover.
It's a genius. It's a genius.
I don't hate it, actually.
So the new attraction helped with the new Tomorrowland, as they decided to refurbish the land to make it more futuristic. While transporting, wait, I already read all this. Bob Gurr and Bill Watkins worked on designing the attraction with Walt Disney always dreaming of the People Mover being destined for great things. Walt envisioned the People Mover to be the main form of transportation for his futuristic city he dreamed to build named Epcot. The People Mover of Disneyland would work as a prototype for Imagineers to get a chance to fix any issues. So it's nice. He's like, hey, let's put this attraction up in our park. And if there's any issues, then it'll be ready for the next time we build it. What is so funny?
Nothing we can talk about on the podcast.
Wow.
Does Bob have any kids? Or is he, like, will he pass along the torch of Imagineering to the next generation?
You talking about Bob Gurr?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
I always wondered that, like, these iconic Imagineers.
I think they would already be there because they're so old. They're second
Like
generation.
nepotism,
already-
like
Stop,
just
Chris.
like they're just like nepo babies. Like they're like, yeah, you know, it's Bob's son, Joe or
no, what's happening? Right
Mark or
Oh, come
now.
on.
I lost my place. On July 2nd, 1967, the Goodyear People Mover debuted, transporting guests through Tomorrowland on an elevated track so people could take in a new view. Ford was initially asked to sponsor the attraction, but turned it down, feeling like a mass ride transportation system of the future was a direct competitor for Ford's future car manufacturing. That's right. They're like, wow, you're going to move people? You're our competitor now.
I do like the whole notion of Walt Disney tapping the shoulder of other American companies. I just feel like I don't know. It's just kind of he's a very patriotic individual, Walt Disney, and it's just kind of cool that like he didn't want to go over to Suzuki or something. He just was like,
Right.
let's go over to.
He wasn't
let's
like
just
he
take
was
a
like
train
let
over
me
to
let me
Detroit."
get Hyundai in here.
Right. Because they weren't around yet, but but yeah, no, I just think it's kind of cool how he lifted up American businesses because I just
He was a very American.
yeah, like I do feel like Walt Disney World is like a really like it's like a like if the United States of America was a human being, I think the Walt Disney logo would be like a tattoo of pride. You know what I mean? Like that would be
Yeah.
like Walt Disney. is like like that's America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guy had an idea and turned it into a theme park, the first ever of its kind, and then is now an empire around the world. And I don't know, something inspiring about that.
And just like America, he chain smoked.
Yeah, that is yeah.
Imagineers. So I can't make jokes now. I have to be like all buttoned up and professional.
Come on, Alex. This is a serious show. We're live on YouTube tonight. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't think that's much of a joking matter.
Imagineers used 500 Goodyear drive wheels to power the track and also received a conveyor belt from Goodyear, which lifted riders to the second level. Imagineers decided to attach decorative wheels on the side of the ride vehicles.
Pretty cool. I like wheels.
Goodyear, good really stepping up there.
I do love the when there's an opportunity for sponsorship, they just it's like every little bit. You know, like we talked about this many times before. They don't do that much anymore. They don't need to because they have the capital for the attractions.
But there's some things very, I don't know, nostalgic about the sponsorship from way back when they were still starting to become the leaders in the industry they are now. Yeah,
you are right. It is when you see like a poster. The poster that I don't think I shared it here. No, they have a lot of like old school posters you can buy online. It says "People Mover" sponsored by Goodyear. It's just weird to see a sponsorship on a Disney poster because we grew up with, or we're living in a time I think with Disney just sponsoring their own rides.
They are the sponsor. Literally, they sponsor the magic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to think of a time where there was like McDonald's fry carts in the parks and stuff like that. It's just it's weird to even think that existed.
Oh yeah.
There were 62 continuously moving ride vehicles, each colored either red, yellow, green, or blue with a white roof. The track continuously moved, having guests walk onto a moving platform to board the ride vehicles, much like an Omnimover attraction. Guests would then take a 16-minute ride through Tomorrowland, around and through attractions. The mover was able to accommodate almost 5,000 guests an hour, with peak days apparently carrying almost 40,000 guests a day. Inside the ride vehicles, a narration broadcast would tell passengers of the different points of interest as they passed them. The Innovation attraction allowed guests to relax as they took in the sights and sounds of Spaceland.
So I will say that one of the reasons why I ranked this so high is because one of my all-time favorite attractions was the Backlot Tour.
Right.
And this is not on the same scale, obviously, but you do get that glimpse behind the scenes. And pulling back the curtain of any place, like I don't know, even wandering back into the refrigerators of Target, there's just some magic to it. That was a really bad analogy, but like you're so used to seeing all this stuff, seeing behind the scenes. Like you ever get you ever get like milk from Target or Walmart and you just kind of look behind the fridge and you see like the backstage area of Target or Walmart.
Yeah,
it's like wow,
some guy he looks
and it's like wow, it's like magic because you've never seen it before. You see like the going ons of like how the milk gets put into the fridge. Like, oh, they don't load this from the front, they load it from the back. On People Mover, you get that glimpse into some of the attractions and a little bit of, of Tomorrowland. I think that's one of the coolest parts. You don't see a whole lot. It's like making eye contact with the guy supplying the milk at Target. It's cool, but it's a little weird if you stay there too long. On People Mover, you go through these places quick and it's cool, but you're not staying there and it's not ruining the magic. It's kind of enhancing it a little bit.
That's a good way of describing it, Chris.
I don't know if I could have described that any more perfect than that.
For me, it's when they walk out.
Go ahead, both of you at the same time. Go ahead.
For me,
it's nice to be.
Go ahead, Max.
No, I actually wasn't going to say anything.
All right. For me, it's like when they walk out of the back and they have that big flap thing, and then it comes back down, or the door opens wide.
Oh yeah. Like the storage room of of a department store.
There's boxes back there.
So wait a second. There's a backstage at Target. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like the People Mover is that. There's a certain magic to seeing a split second of something, and this is anywhere, whether it's Target, whether it's Disney. There's seeing that split second of something that you've never seen before just from walking around the actual park. There's magic to it. This one's a little more magical than the milk guy delivering the milk, and that's why I like it so much.
I too enjoy public transportation.
So when Imagineers were developing Tomorrowland for the Magic Kingdom, they planned on installing its own People Mover. The Magic Kingdom attraction was not sponsored by Goodyear, but instead Edison Electric Institute. This caused Imagineers to utilize linear induction motors instead of rotating Goodyear tires. The motors utilize electromagnets that are embedded in the tracks. As the ride vehicles approach, the magnet turns on, and the opposite magnetic field pushes the vehicle forward. Some real science stuff going on here.
Yeah, I love the stuff I can't understand. And that's another reason why I love this attraction.
Well, okay. Have you ever seen the perpetual motion machine where the ball goes down the track and goes back up and it shoots back up in the top and comes back down and it's going continuously over and over and over? People are like, oh wow, it's going forever. It's never stopping. No, it's not true. There's magnets down there doing exactly the same thing. It's turning on. The magnet is being hit to push the ball back up, to push it back up so it goes back on the top. If it wasn't for that magnet, that perpetual motion machine would not actually happen.
Do magnets ever wear out? Like they do, right?
I would assume so eventually.
I didn't really care about your opinion. I was asking Max.
He wasn't talking.
Not that I know.
Yeah, okay.
I will preface this by saying that I'm not a physicist. But I know that with
you
Lenz's
look like one,
law,
though.
it
You
looks
definitely
at
look
the.
like one.
I don't know how to take that, but I'll say thank you. I know that Lenz's law really defines the magnetic flux of the individual magnet. I can't imagine that it would necessarily wear out specifically.
Right.
Maybe it'll lose a certain amount. It depends too on if it's an electromagnet or not, because then we can use Faraday's law of induction with it.
He did lose me at I would assume, but I appreciate your take on that. No, because I'm wondering, it's like, what's the upkeep on something like this?
I'll actually look it up.
It actually, and if there is little to no upkeep, it is actually ingenious to have magnets propelling something opposed to an engine or a motor for something that's going to need constant upkeep.
So magnets will lose their strength over time, but it's extremely slow, as we kind of implied. It's called demagnetization. Very clever name in there. There are certain things that can cause a magnet to lose its strength faster, and one of them I think might be relatively relevant to this attraction: heat. If you've got the motors going through the system, that probably causes them to go through demagnetization a little bit more quickly. If there's other external magnetic fields, so if people have pacemakers or something like that, that might affect them as well.
So you can't
for, like,
so,
corrosion.
So you can't have too many
covered.
people with pacemakers riding the People Mover. Did you
I mean,
charge?
It probably would affect the system, if I were to guess, a little bit more quickly. And then even
Sounds
just like
like
corrosion and things like that.
Sounds like Pacemaker's Facebook page needs to Facebook club, whatever they call them, Facebook. What do they call the groups? On
You were
Facebook?
right the first time.
Facebook page.
Yeah, I think that's pretty.
Pacemakers of America need to take a trip to Disneyland, Disney World, and see if they can mess up People Mover.
It's like the kidney stone thing on Big Thunder Mountain. We need a scientific study. Now, good thing that
people are saying in the chat that they think I really like magnets. They also think I should start a Fun with Flags podcast. I mean, I do enjoy flags. It'd be kind of fun.
Flags are legit.
They are. They've got a lot of cool history behind them.
Remember when Ryan posted that image and we just figured out what country it was from?
That was pretty fun.
That was actually pretty fun.
I kid you not. The last time, for the last week, every person that I've been with, it was my mom, my dad, a friend. Every time we see an American flag, I'm like, hey, fun fact for you: the American flags on Main Street, USA, actually aren't real American flags. And I explained the whole backstory behind that. And then nobody's listened to me yet, but it's really fun to explain it.
Oh yeah.
So the Magic Kingdom ride had to be built level due to the way the magnets worked. The attraction was built quite the opposite from Disneyland counterpart. The ride vehicles have no tops due to the track having its own covering. See how that works there? In Disneyland, there is no covering, so the ride vehicles themselves have tops. But in Disney World, it's built into a track with a covering.
Yeah, what has to for
which
leather.
is smart.
Yeah.
Definitely a good idea. The
For the
One-Way
pacemakers.
the One-Way People Mover opened on July 1st, 1975, giving guests of the Magic Kingdom a similar relaxed ride that has become a fan favorite. In 1982, Goodyear stopped sponsoring the People Mover at Disneyland, with Disney never able to get a new one. 1987, the attraction received a revamping, with the ride vehicles being repainted to all white with colored stripes, similar to the monorail system. I do like this style, like the style of the People Mover, along with the monorail system, the white with the dash of color, like the stripe.
Yeah, it's
I know
it's
very
very
sleek.
clean. I do have to say this because it is weighing down on me about the whole American flag thing on Main Street USA. I do change the story every time because I have no idea what the difference is of the flag. So sometimes I tell people they add an extra star. Sometimes I tell people they add an extra stripe. I don't know what the mags
one is.
Yeah, mags would probably know. Is it a star?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've changed the story a couple of times.
They do what now? They
I
don't
believe
have
it's got
as many
one
stars?
less star.
And why is that?
Because then they don't
That's-
have to conform with the rules of like half mast and taking it down every day and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, okay, that's right, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Oh, actually, they also don't have 13 stripes. Yes, they're missing stars, but some of them also do not.
Oh,
Have
sorry,
13
I was
stripes,
so-
which that
I
one I
was-
didn't do.
So
So.
I guess that I was right on accident. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, you did say all of them on Main Street USA were not real. There is one real one.
There's one real one, but it's not as interesting as a story when I say it because I don't want to talk about the whole ceremony they have every day because that's not as cool as the flag just staying
Oh yeah,
up there. every
because
day.
as we all know, Chris hates the veterans.
When I left, it was already I'm a Call of Duty veteran, so yeah, we'll cut that.
You're talking yourself into a
distasteful.
corner
That's
here.
distasteful. I left and
You're talking yourself in a foxhole.
I left and the flag was not there, and it was like pretty early. I was pretty shocked.
Were you shell shocked? All right. So also, all of the ride vehicles had to have safety rails attached in order to deter guests from climbing out, with them being modified to completely wrap around the ride vehicle in 1985. This is kind of what happens. People do dumb stuff, and then Disney's like, "Oh, we have to make it safe for even the dumb people."
It's more of an insurance thing, probably. But yeah, I agree. It's like they need
Like,
the
why are
rates
you
to be lowered.
why are you climbing? Like there was an incident
Well,
where someone
maybe,
climbed out and
Alex,
fell. It's like why? Are you
Maybe they
climbing?
were a criminal, like criminal Alex.
Yeah, maybe they were.
I just ChatGPT it. It's true, actually. Everything Max
What's-
just said,
Hmm
all of it.
Everything I've ever said.
Yes.
In 1977, the super speed tunnel was added to the attraction, replacing the Progress City model. The tunnel now projected race cars on the walls to create a high speed effect. In 1982, the super speed tunnel was replaced with the game grid of Tron, with scenes inspired by Tron, and had the onboard audio guide changed as well. The attraction was even renamed People Mover through the world of Tron.
They try to force Tron down our throats so much. It's never gonna work.
Yeah.
It's never
Tron
gonna
is
work.
such an overrated movie.
It's never gonna work. Listen, love the attraction, but riding that attraction, I not once I think, man, I really want to watch a subpar movie tonight. Like there's just like I don't want to. And there's so many things in the gift shop. It's like, hey, turn yourself into a Tron guy for $500. Like I'd rather build a lightsaber than put myself into this movie I've never seen before in my life. I have 3 of them actually. I did buy them. It did work, but I will never watch the movie. I bought the action figure myself though.
I like the movies.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
In
Good for you,
1985,
Alex.
Disneyland closed the People Mover, with Imagineers wanting to bring something fresher to Tomorrowland. Rocket Rods replaced People Mover, but unfortunately for Disney, this became a huge failure.
It was a good idea. It was a good attempt. I will say, because they were just faster people movers, right? Although actually, it's a bad
Yes.
idea because the whole lore of the people mover is that it's relaxing. This is just build a roller coaster, right?
Yeah, so
Well,
yeah,
The track just wasn't meant for
Yeah.
such a ride with that much weight and that much power with the motor and all that.
which is why Rocket Rods damaged the track components and would malfunction constantly, eventually being shut down permanently by 2000. And due to the damage of the track, Disney cannot easily turn the attraction back into the People Mover, and it currently sits unused, which I mean, we've done a history about a bunch of different stuff, and it's baffling that they'll just be like, "Oh, this is ruined. What should we do? Let's just leave it for years and years and years and years. Let's just not even worry about it. We wouldn't tear it down to make way for other things or clear up space because our park's busy. Let's just leave it there for people to look at and be like, hey, what's that? Well, one day there was a ride called People Mover that we used to like.
Why are you so surprised though, Alex? There's so many abandoned things Disney's just left.
Because they have money and they need to be they're trying to make everything look pristine and nice, and they just have things rotting on the side.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Actually, I've never seen one thing rotting on the side of Disney. I've only been there twice in the past 15 years, though. Was there a boat People Mover at one point, or is that my local amusement park here in Jersey? I have very vague memories of a boat on a People Mover track.
How would that work?
We'll cut that.
Rocket Rod? I mean, it was like a metallic thing.
No, it wasn't fast. It was literally in a pirate ship. Was it?
Did you have this dream?
I'm gonna have to ask my sister about this.
Are you thinking of a parade?
No. I was in there. I was looking down at my parents, but maybe it wasn't Disney.
Are you thinking of the Seuss Train in the Sky?
No. This was a ship. I was in a pirate ship. It was a
also,
flying.
Chris, check your texts.
It was a flying ship.
Oh, check my text. Oh, I have nothing. Interesting.
I can send it to you too if you want, Alex.
Interesting. The People Mover can be seen throughout the park with its cars being used in other ways, like 3 of them sitting outside the Team Disney Anaheim building until 2007. One of the cars is on display at the cast members cafe called Eat Ticket. Luckily for Disney fans, the Magic Kingdom People Mover ran unchanged for almost 20 years, with it being renamed to Tomorrowland Transit Authority in 1994. In 2005, TTA finally received a sponsor, Alamo Rent-A-Car. Today, it is the only attraction at Magic Kingdom to have a sponsor. Because when you think People Mover, you think renting a car.
I don't actually. I've never. I'm sorry.
I've never had the desire to rent a car.
No, you know what though? But just reflecting on the People Mover as a whole, I would say it's quietly one of the most revolutionary attractions because since it was originally envisioned as a prototype for a modern urban transportation, it was really turned out to design and showcase a clean, efficient, and continuously moving transit system here in America. Now, today, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover still reflects that vision. Obviously, it's a little outdated, but it does offer guests not only a relaxing tour through Tomorrowland, but a glimpse into Disney's deep-rooted commitment to innovation and a futuristic divide. Now, in my opinion, it retains a testament to the idea that even the simplest ride can carry a bold statement about the future.
I entirely agree. We live in a society whose energy resources are running out, as we talked about back in episode 22 on the universe of energy. And so that's one of the really cool things about the People Mover. It has this very optimistic look at a future where public transportation relies on very renewable things. And even though it's, as you mentioned, less realistic for a real world application today, it's still neat because it can still inspire folks to develop more sustainable methods going forward in the future.
And I think that's the beauty of it being placed in Tomorrowland. It's not Todayland or Yesterland. Tomorrowland's always looking towards a future of what can be and maybe what should be, but maybe what will be. And are magnets the future? I don't know, but they very well could be. Would they be electromagnets? Would they be a higher sustainable, I don't know, nuclear magnet? We don't know because it's Tomorrowland, and we're always looking towards what that future could be and not is now present.
Yeah, we always strive to be pioneers of tomorrow, and I think that's something that the People Mover really helps to encapsulate. It's something that Disneyland opened, like Houses of the Future way back when. They had a whole attraction based around microscopes and looking at molecules, and especially the original idea behind Tomorrowland, and even as we'll talk about in a couple weeks, the Tomorrowland section of the Disneyland TV show was what can the future bring for us? The hopes and dreams to keep our society moving and progressing, but in sustainable ways. And as so many things have come and gone in Tomorrowland, right? We have these little gas-powered cars over there. That's not really a vision of the future. Tron is fun, but it's an IP-based thing. Carousel of Progress is one of the few attractions, much like the People Mover, that really helps to show this optimistic yet sustainable view of the future that the original Tomorrowland was built on.
And you know what? This took place at the State Fair, which is a
the World Fair.
World Fair, yes, at State Fair. Wow, this took place at the World Fair, which is always looking forward to tomorrow, and conveniently placed in Tomorrowland. But if you think about it, much like its counterpart, the Carousel of Progress, when you board the Carousel of Progress, it is not actually progressive because you get on the same place that you enter, correct? So you are taking a glimpse at the future in this carousel of maybe life itself, but you enter and you exit in the same place in history, right?
It's very representative.
The People Mover, on the other hand, it is dangling the carrot of innovation in front of you, saying, you can have this. You can have this. But will you move people the way we do?
Yeah. And see...
with magnets, Mags.
So we often talk about the Walt Disney past, present, and future here. So looking into the future of Tomorrowland and the People Mover, do we think that Disney should try to get back to the original intention of Tomorrowland that we were talking about? And if so, what would you want to see added to the land in the same vein of Carousel of Progress and the People Mover?
Well, I think at this point it should be called Present Land, Max, because Tomorrowland is Yesterland. Look, that nothing has changed in Tomorrowland. We have the People Mover. It should be the People Catapulter. Think about it. We have not moved people the way we used to back when the inception of this ride. The people are not moved the way they were before. There is no moving of people in the year 2025. It's the people placer. It's the people complacenter. We have grown so complacent with innovation and technology in the year 2025 that the People Mover is laughed at by people like yourself, even like yourself. And back then it was, this is what the future will be, but the future is now the past. Where did we lose our way? We need to now board the Carousel of Progress and get off into the future instead of getting off into the present.
What are you going to do in the present?
Much like you have. We need to get off in the present.
So, I got a little question.
And by the way, Alex, you mentioned that... and after all of those beautiful words from Chris here, and that really fascinating discussion, apparently Enterprise also sponsors the Tron ride, so it's smart. People Mover is not the only attraction that is sponsored.
Oh, good to know sponsorships haven't died in the past. That's good to know.
But what is the sponsorships like? It was really cool to see different companies go hand in hand with Disney looking towards the future. So, Alex, what does the future of the People Mover hold for us?
Well,
great segue, Max.
In 2009, which is the past, Spacebound received an renovation, causing the TTA to shut down. During this time, TTA also received a slight refurbishment with LED lighting being added to the attraction and new speakers installed. When the attraction was reopened in 2009, a new narration was added. On August 5th, 2010, Disney announced that the attraction would regain the name People Mover, making the attraction now Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. In 2020, when the park closed due to the pandemic, Disney announced that the People Mover would receive refurbishment, but when the park opened back up, the People Mover remained closed. It was until April 2021 that the ride reopened. On July 1st, 2022, the narration to the attraction was updated again with new narration done by Mike Brassel. In the narration, you can hear references to defunct rides, references to past narrations, and a cameo from Buzz Lightyear.
I do want to mention here, I just texted Chris and was like, hey, we should just act as serious as possible now, just make no jokes for the rest of the episode. And then he pulls out that whole monologue. I did not see that coming.
It's a really good discussion. I think it was very important, and I'm glad that you two will live forever.
Yeah, I actually did find it thoroughly engaging,
Yeah,
truthfully.
I could have
though.
went on for 3 more hours, by the way. But the Buzz Lightyear cameo, by
Dan
the way,
Carlin style.
that we talked
Mhm.
about. No, I do love the ever evolving. They do update this ride. It does evolve. It's not like it was when it first opened. They had these little bits and pieces. Obviously, they can't move the track. They can't change a lot of the scenery. Cheaply anyway, but they do. Yeah, they make these small improvements and updates to make it to keep it fresh. And I will say this every episode that we do a corny slow attraction. Disney does corny great. They lead into the lore of the People Mover beautifully, and they know it's not the best attraction in the world, and that's why people love it. I think is that they embrace that. They don't pretend like it's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the People Mover.
Disney's so good with corny that they started Doritos.
That's actually fact check true.
I do have an idea though. If they do want to switch out the People Mover at some point in Walt Disney World, hear me out. Rocket Rods 2.
Electric Boogaloo? I don't think so. Max, do you have a thing or no? I don't think you do. I hope you
I actually do.
don't. Oh my
I do.
god. This episode is too long. How do you have something?
Got something. Hello there, Giles Garman here. And I do want to talk a little bit about a few of those Easter eggs in the script for the People Mover that Alex had mentioned.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I didn't go into detail on this.
So, one directly references If You Had Wings as a part of the dialogue of the attraction. Additionally, there's a reference to the classic Robin Williams attraction, The Timekeeper. Of course, there's also a reference to the Carousel of Progress, with reference even to the songs in the Carousel of Progress that have been featured throughout the history of the attraction. And you'll also notice that a portion about Tron has been added to the attraction. Once again, Disney is trying to shove Tron down our throats. And that's all from me, Giles Garman.
That was thank you, Giles Garman. That was helpful.
I will say it. An interesting thing about that new script. So, what day did you say that they started it way back when? Did you have the initial day that new script started?
2009. No, wait. Yeah, 2009.
Not the 2022 version?
Oh yeah, you're right. July 1st, 2022.
I was in the park that day. I wrote the attraction that day, and I was very surprised to hear the script was not what I expected.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and so when I was hearing all those Easter eggs, I was like, it was kind of fun to point them out because like no one had ever probably gone through all those Easter eggs before. It was kind of a cool thing to do.
Dang, if you were a social media person, like you would have been like, you'd had 1 billion views.
Maybe. No, I'm not a social media person, though. I will say, it is kind of crazy that we went through this entire episode, and not once did we page Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow, which is probably the most iconic line.
You're right. Yeah. And a great YouTuber. Very nice guy.
I just feel like we had to reference that at least once during this episode.
Sure. Okay, so is that a thing?
So if you do want to listen to next week's episode, who's going to be on next week's episode?
Nobody important.
I strongly disagree. Dane from Big Beautiful Diz is going to be on.
That's true. Dane will be on next week, which will be awesome.
Also returning from Disney.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was there the week before Ryan and Dane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am actually. I'm in the escape hatch right now of the Dizneyverse starship. I'm gonna have to jettison out of here, but luckily, as this variant of me dies away, Dane is very graciously stepping in for me next week, and I'm very appreciative.
It's true. That's true. Hopefully, he brings that Mag's energy.
Big Mag's energy.
Trust me, nobody wants that. Dane's going to bring his own energy, and it's going to be far better than what you would get from me, especially with next week's topic.
Is that a new shirt, Big Mag's energy? Yeah, I don't think so either. I was trying that.
Whoa!
Respect the
Is that an incursion?
I do. That's my neighbor.
Oh.
Neighbor Bob?
All right, Chris, you're going to start us off today.
All right.
And let
Do
me
you
Let me
have
know.
the timer
Let
up?
me know when.
let me get my timer up. 30 seconds on the clock.
We might actually get through these this week.
Yeah, it's not many, and we don't have Ryan, so let's see what happens.
This is true. I think that might actually help us out here. No
Chris?
offense, Ryan.
You ready?
On your go.
All right. In 2010's Epic Mickey, you could restore power to the People Mover in Tomorrow's City.
Disney tried to sell the People Mover idea to cities and shopping malls. They even had a division named Community Transportation Services Division of Walt Disney Production. Houston Continental Airport actually installed a one-way People Mover system in 1969.
So it's Wally. There's a transportation system named People Mover with a similar circular boarding station.
2 ride vehicles for the People Mover in Disneyland were repainted blue and orange grid marks to resemble Blueprint. They stood in the line queue of rocket rods and were later sold at Disney auction.
We made it, boys.
Did it.
Wow.
We did it.
Only the second time it's ever happened.
I think I said the Poople Mover.
Yeah, you messed up there.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting that they actually was like, this People Mover is a sellable product, and they sold one.
It's interesting because it's not that innovative. It's like a mini monorail type thing. That's really fun. I would have loved to be in that business like sales meeting for like what they would have sold it for. It's funny.
It would be amazing to. I would, if I ever have a plane ride to Texas, I would make sure that I'm flying into Houston so I can ride the one-way People Mover at Houston Continental Airport.
Yeah, so we got 2 new T-shirts for today. Big Mag's Energy, Trent says with a magnet on it, and then Ryan says the Pooper Mover. This was a fun episode. I can't even remember it. It was so long, but it was.
I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
It was
I felt like it was
a-
a good balance between history but entertainment.
I agree because
In
the
fact,
People
I would-
Mover could
yeah.
have been a very dry episode. I feel like.
Yeah, in most universes it should have been,
I think
but
so.
luckily we're not in that universe.
I think
No.
you're right.
We're in the Disneyverse. Bye, son.
I saw.
That's good. That was good. You know what sucks is that I took a picture of the Bisons in Land of the Lost, was it? Living with the Land. And I was gonna send it in the group chat, in the Discord, and say
Recording
bye,
stopped.
son. And I was too busy taking care of an 11-month-old that I forgot. And then Ryan did it, and I was like, damn, I have the picture in my camera.
I think that was a solid episode, though.
I thought
I
it
really
was,
do.
I
As
thought it
much
was
as
fun.
as much as Ryan was crapping on it,
Trent goes, but was
It
it,
was a good
fun
one.
for Alex?
I think Alex enjoys pretending like he's getting angrier,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he's gonna say it wasn't pretending.
I was
Yeah.
pretending the whole time. All right. Hey, YouTube, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you,
All
YouTube.
835 of you. So glad you stuck around to watch us live on the interwebs.
Yeah.
And don't forget,
um,
in two episodes, big episode 50. It's gonna be a really, really big, really, really good episode.
that's right.
Special shout out to Trent, Ryan, Sierra, Ashley, Redbeard Variant, and Jason. Thank you guys so much for watching live on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. What?
You just thanked me for watching.
I'm reading the chat, dude. How was I supposed to know it was you?
You
Your name
know,
was Alex.
if you want to watch us live again, I meant to say this in an episode. Next live episode will be without myself.
Really?
It'll be the beginning.
Oh, that's
of
right. You're going on a
Pixar.
little vacay.
Beginnings
Oh
of
yeah, I
Pixar.
shuffled around the episodes to get World Motion back.
That's
I
my
figured
birthday
you would.
episode. That's my birthday
I figured you would.
episode. But the big
It's really-
I'm turning 30 on the 30th. It's my golden birthday. I'm heard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You should take a golden shower that morning.
I hear that's the thing you're supposed to do. It's like confetti or something. I don't know, or glitter.
Something
or-
like
All
that.
right, let's get off YouTube.
Thank you.
Are we still live?
See you, everybody.
I didn't know we were.